What a disappointing day. No sign of Christian this morning. Bit of a shame. But then again, how did I do? Before we look at this week's picture then, how did I do for last week's picture? Well, there we are. I was in zone 2 because I ignored the average. I thought this guy on the left here was looking lower than where our average was. And I thought this fella in white was looking further to his right than the average was. So I ended up in zone 2 and had 75 pence back, which is half of the £1.50 I spent. And our average would have been zone 1 because it was 27 pixels out on the X and 30 pixels out on the Y. So I don't know how many pixels are in that zone 1, but if you put the average next to that cross, it would look very, very close. In reality, when you're talking at pixel level, it was, like I said, 27 pixels away, but still would have been zone 1. So for those that went near the average, you'd have had your money back. And congratulations to the winner. I've only looked at the photo. I haven't watched the video yet. But the young man that won, it looks like Christian would have met him outside of school this morning. There's no way he's insuring a Lamborghini Uterus. So he'll be taking the cash. Let's have a look at the judges then, see what they did. See if they were any good this week. Alright, so we can see there was 8 judges this week. 7 of them were in a cluster all around there. And there's one up the top. I'm sure, I haven't checked, but I'm sure that's very much like our average, where we had 7 crosses together down here and 1 further up. And I left that 1 further up in because I figured one of the judges would go there. And that's exactly what's happened. So, yeah, there's 7 clustered quite well there. That high one up there doesn't really add up to me because there's no way that this fella in blue is looking up that high. He's looking along that level, somewhere along that level where the cross is. I think he's looking a little bit lower, but, well, so do some of the judges by the look of it. So I think he's likely to take the top one out and leave the others in because the others are clustered. So let's have a quick look. Let me skim to the end and have a look. Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. They've taken Wendy Martin's cross out and left 7 of them in there because they were all clustered together. If you look at that big square, or diamond shape, however you want to look at it, that's quite a close space, isn't it? I mean, that's a small area, really. So, fair play. I think the judges have got their act together a bit lately. They're more consistent with their clusters, which is a good thing. So I may think about spending more money again on the Spot the Ball game, because for the last few months I've only been playing my one free ticket. So yeah, I don't think that was bad this week. Right, let's have a look at this week's picture then. Alright, this is this week's picture. Not too bad a picture, only 2 players in it. When I first looked at it, it looked a lot more difficult than it did after a couple of minutes of looking at it, because I think what I did was draw, this was earlier today, I drew a line from the player on the right hand side on where I thought he was looking. That's roughly sort of area he was looking there. And then this fella looks slow, he's looking more or less straight up. I may take a different view on it, but I've drawn it there like he was cross-eyed. When I'd done the original lines, both lines were straight up and that cross was in the middle. But if I look at that, yeah, it's feasible. It's a sort of area. I stayed off the post because psychologically I can't see anybody putting a white cross on a white post, as in a white background. So I think they'll stay off the post, or most of them will, the judges. So I've tried to keep mine off the post, but there and there. And yeah, that looks alright to me. Let me check the target in there. Drop that down over the cross and see how it looks from their point of view. I can never get this exact. It's close enough. So, is the player on the right looking at that zone 1 area? Yeah, I think he is. I may change my mind and think he's looking a little bit higher, but at the moment I think that's okay. And I think the fella in the stripy shirt at the front, he could also be looking up at that zone 1 as well. I'm still tempted to think it might be slightly to our left, which would be his right, and we'll put it over the post. But like I said, I just don't see that people are going to put a white cross on a white background. But that might be just me overthinking it. So let me know. Let me know what you think, guys. Send me a coordinate so we can see what the average looks like on Saturday, because this week was a good one, I think. I think the average was quite good. And if you stuck near the average, you'd have been in zone 1. All right, what have I done on Revcomps? Let's have a quick look. Well, I have to admit, I've gone a bit nutty this week, and I've spent a fair few bob on Revcomps. What have I spent it on? Well, I bought 3 tickets. This is for Thursday's draw. Yeah, Thursday's draw. I bought 3 tickets on this Audi R8 because it's an £80,000 cash alternative. I'll take that, thank you. I bought 3 tickets on the Polo, Volkswagen Polo, because that looks like a car I could sell, because Polos are always popular, aren't they? And I got 3 tickets on this Transit van, mainly because it comes with £5 and I could use that £5 to turn the back of it into a basic camper van. And I don't just mean chuck a mattress in, a washing up bowl and a small bonfire. I mean, you know, I could put a kitchen pod in there and a tidy sort of bench that goes into a bed, and I could put my bike in the back of there and just bugger off for the weekend. So yeah, that's what I've done there. So last night they added new ones on, ready for next Monday. And of course the Porsche has got an £80,000 cash alternative, so I had some tickets for that. This camper, now you know I always play for the camper. How can you not know? I tell you every week. I noticed the odds were 4,999. That's how many tickets they were selling. Now normally it's 7,999. So I thought, why are they selling 3,000 less tickets? They must be dearer. So when I went in and had a closer look, yes they are. They're just under 20 quid a ticket, because it's 10% off for the first couple of days, or for the next 2 days, 7 hours, 53 minutes and 33 seconds, they're down to just under 18 quid, so 17.97 a ticket. So I've only bought 1 on there. I may buy some more, I don't know, but I've only bought 1 on there so far. But that's a nice camper, that, especially with £5. And what else did I buy? I didn't buy anything for this Audi. You're not playing for that. Too expensive to run. The Golf R, again, that's a 2023 model. So, cracking car. 4-wheel drive estate car. 316 brake horsepower. Must be like a little rocket ship with loads of room to carry stuff about. But, again, running costs are going to be high on that, aren't they? And it puts it in the £590 a year tax bracket, because it would have been over 40 grand new. Did buy a ticket on this, but only bought 1. This black Volkswagen Up GTI. The only reason is because it looks brilliant fun. I think the 0 to 60 something like 8.5 seconds. It's a little 1 litre turbo, and they're supposed to handle like a dream. These things are supposed to be brilliant fun. So if I did win that, it would be a case of, yeah, I'll have it for a couple of weeks, give it a thrashing round, just have a laugh out of it, and then sell it on, I think. Range Rover Evoque, I do like these, but again, Range Rover, they're not the most reliable, and they can be expensive to run if anything goes wrong. They have transmission problems, suspension problems, which is a shame, I do like them. And there's this Vauxhall Corsa VXR, which again would probably be a great laugh, and there's only 1,999 tickets. So that's it, guys. Let me know how you got on. Give me a coordinate for this week's picture, and let me know what you fancy on Revcomps. So, good luck, everyone.